back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. I just got my Circle bottle of water here because what a day. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I'm just kidding. I woke up early this morning, took my chemotherapy. I stayed up for about a couple hours after because it made me nauseated, but I really can't take anything right away. I think it was just too much water. Sometimes you can drink too much water at once. In fact, my mouth is watering just thinking about it right now. So I waited you have to wait 60 minutes after you eat, an hour after you take your medicine to eat. Sorry, words. I can't words today, sorry. So I waited about 90 minutes and I took a couple of spoonfuls of peanut butter to hopefully that would help. I don't know that it did. I was able to fall back to sleep for a couple hours, which is good. Got up around 10. My home health aide had a family emergency, so we're swapping her days out, and I just felt like I didn't feel good today, so it was okay. I was like, it's all right that, you don't come. But then I'm kind of like, okay, so the days that she comes and I feel good, we do productive things, and the days that she comes and I don't feel good, it's really for her to care for me the way I can't really care for myself on those days and I don't feel good. And today was one of those days. I waited way too long to eat because when I first got nauseated and I took the Zofran, anyway, I woke back up at 10. It was right before 10, and I took my morning meds, and then I got nauseated again, just about 5 minutes after that. So I thought maybe something else was going on, so I took another spoonful of peanut butter, and it didn't get better, so I took a Zofran, and I was thinking, okay, I've got to eat something, I've got to get like a real meal in me. And Jim was having a very off day, is the way he put it. And I tried to communicate with him about like that I needed something to eat, and I felt very weak and nauseated, and I didn't think I could go cook myself something. I was like, I'll just take, we prepped pancakes and waffles, and I'll just take something quick and easy. But it just kept dragging on, and I went to sit out in the living room, and he still didn't know what he wanted to do, and he was trying to figure out what he wanted to cook and what he wanted to eat, and at this point I'm starting to get like the hangries. So I said, I just have to get up and go cook. I went up, got the electric skillet, put it down on the kitchen table, went to go get the food, and I heard this choking noise. It sounded like it was coming from the bedroom. So I'm sitting in the bedroom, and I'm in the far corner of the bedroom. I'm actually in the far corner of the house. Like, God forbid anybody ever hopped the curb. They were just right here. So I'm in the front corner of the house, and his office is on I'm in the east corner, his southeast corner. His office is the southwest corner. And I was in the kitchen, and the kitchen kind of connects them, and I heard coughing, choking, and I was calling out to him, and there was no answer, so I started to like hustle around to try to find him. Finally I did. He was vlogging in the bedroom, which is unusual for him, but I guess he was cold in his office. I tried to get him to encourage him to open his windows. He's got all that southern light, which just makes his office so hot in the summertime. I was like, it'll work the same way thermodynamics works in the winter too, And he's got nice insulated pane windows there in the front, so it's not like he has to worry about that, We actually got him thermal curtains for the summer. But anyhow, we talked about it, and I saw him sitting in here, and he said he was okay. And by the time I was done finding out if he was okay, I crashed. I couldn't move anymore. I couldn't get the food anymore. I had the pan, and that was it. So then I texted him or called out to him asking if he was almost done, because I was starting not to feel good. And then I came in here for something. I started to get really faint. I sat on the couch, which is hard to do because it's hard to get off the couch. But I sat on a blanket, which elevates me a little bit. And I just plopped because I felt like I was going to pass out. I went to go check if I had low blood sugar, and my glucometer's battery died of all the days. So I went out to eat. Like I laid down for a little bit, and he made me just like grits and eggs, which is like a slow carb, slow protein. Like that really works for me. So he made me some grits and eggs, and I ate it a little bit. And after just a couple of spoonfuls, I started to feel better. I went out and I started cooking, and I asked him, did he want to wait for me to cook so he can go to work? And he's like, just had Chef Boyardee in the microwave already. So we had a pot of water on the stove to heat the house, and I was like, just salt it and put the pasta in there. I actually wish I had my colander. I have a spaghetti pot, and it's basically a colander liner, for the pot, for the steel pot. I actually still have it. It's just away. It's just one of the big holiday pots, I had roasted sausage the other day, so today I made the dressing or sauce for the peppers and sausage and pepper pasta. But Lisa doesn't care for peppers and onions. They upset her stomach. So I basically made a lot of the oil with, like, garlic is fine. And we did peppers and onions. And I scooped out all the peppers and onions and just left, like, the garlic oil, flavored the peppers and onion flavored oil in the bottom of the pan to put the sausages in and tossed the pasta in. And I put the peppers on the side. And I had the peppers in a bowl with a lid. And every once in a while, the juices would run out of the pepper, so I'd pour that back into the sauce. Because the flavor is good, it's just that the actual vegetables gives her upset stomach. So I made that, and I felt good. I felt like me. Whenever I cook, I feel like me. It'd be better if I could get up and make the pasta. I ordered gluten-free fettuccine from Target. I guess it came all broken because it looked like Jimmy had snapped it a few times. But even when you snap spaghetti, you can't really snap it in 3 different places unless you're like doing one piece at a time. So I could tell it was broken, from the shipping. But that's okay. It was still delicious. It just wasn't long noodles, which, then you're like, But it was Barilla gluten-free pasta is pretty good. Walmart gluten-free pasta is pretty good too. Brown rice pasta. But the Barilla, it looks more like pasta. It looks more like a fettuccine. Actually, to be honest with you, the gluten-free fettuccine reminds me of linguine, but that's another whole story together. I know they're not the same noodle, but what they call fettuccine just looks to me like linguine. So then we ate, and I helped put some groceries away, straightened out the refrigerator. I divvied some stuff up, and I had some fruit. I sat on the couch, and I had some fruit and some gluten-free pretzels after dinner for like a snack. And I drank my water. And here I am. It's time. It's almost 8:30. I got to speak to Sylvia today, which was pretty fun. She was just checking up on me. She said it didn't look like I looked good the last couple of times. And I have to tell you, it's really funny because a day could go great and then be lousy, and then be lousy and go great. Like, it does change all the time. It's really hard to know how I'm going to feel. Like, we have an overnight planned for tomorrow. I hope I'm going to feel good enough to go overnight. I ripped a tissue apparently, but my nose is dripping a little bit, so forgive me. I hope I feel good enough to do an overnight trip. I'm planning on making myself feel good enough to do an overnight trip. I really don't, how do I say this? Not that I really don't feel like making plans. It's just really difficult to make plans. anybody with a chronic illness, whether it's cancer or, you know, arthritis or fibromyalgia, whatever, it's really hard to make plans because it's hard to know how you're going to feel from time to time. And if there's not something, if it's something that you're going to do, that's not something you can push through, just smile. It's not like going to a dinner party where I can take a prophylactic Tylenol to make my headache not arrive. This is more like something that you need to save up energy for. And how do you save up energy when you don't know? Sometimes you don't have the energy to save, you know, just to get through your basic function of like going to the bathroom and taking a shower and getting dressed, you know. So anyway, it's just, we didn't get to work in the craft room today, which I was very sad about. Sylvia gave me a great piece of advice, and she said, just start small. She said, go back to that little table, which was the kitchen table I used to do crafts at. Just go back to your little table and just do a couple of crafts. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a really good idea. I really want to be able to do that. When I first started, I didn't have an office. You guys remember, I used to craft at the kitchen table. Or my lap board at the couch, which was terrible. It was terrible filming at the lap board and the couch. It was awful. That's why I only did that a few times, and then I was like, nope, never again. This is not conducive to filming. Because you can't really take your monopod and stick it in the couch and hope it stays there. But I have a different couch now anyway, so. I will tell you that I am super excited about getting away, but I'm also super excited about just like the 2 days off with Jim. He thinks he's going to check the schedule, but he thinks he may have off Sunday as well. But I did warn him 3 day weekends means 1 day weekend the next week. So we have to kind of find a little bit of balance. Because last week he had a 1 day weekend and he wanted to just rest. And then it ended up, the laundry ended up piling up. So now he decided midweek to do the laundry because he needed uniform pants. And now the laundry's like spread all over the living room because he only got as far as his uniform pants. So, I'm trying to help by cooking. I can cook easier than I can do laundry. I also like, because I can sit down and cook, that, you know, it's harder for me to run out of energy. What I seem to do more is run out of focus. Today I kept knocking the garlic all over the place. You know how you smash the garlic. I have a garlic peeler. I didn't want Jim to have to get 35 different things to the table. So I hit it old school with the back of the knife, and I shot the garlic across the table. And I shot I had a peeled clove and an unpeeled clove, and I shot them both, and we couldn't find the unpeeled clove. We heard one hit the deck. I don't know, I didn't hear both hit the deck, but turns out the one was just like under Mom's meds. I don't know how they got under her meds. That I don't know still to this day. Then he found it after I'd already chopped the first 3, and he found it, and I went to go pop it again, making sure I didn't launch it, and I ended up knocking like everything that I had chopped, not everything, a big chunk of what I had chopped off the cutting board onto the table, which at least the table was clean so I could use the table. It was just like one of those days, and I was telling you guys before, same thing goes with when I go to clean or when I go to craft or I go to cook. I just don't have the focus some days. Some days I just don't have the focus, and I know it's going to mess up, and then it'll make me more frustrated. It's so hard. It's so hard to know what you've got the capacity for some days. I was talking to the person from Social Security on the phone today, and I said, I'm really sorry. My words are just not coming to you in the right order. And I ended up telling him all this stuff, and then I was like, thank you for letting me spill my soul to you, and I appreciate you listening. And I said, you're like my therapist now. Do I have to send you a fruit basket? Anyway, it all worked out, but it's just like that. I do feel very sleepy. My back rash hurts daily. And it the first time since it first happened, since it first appeared, that it hurts daily. Not gonna lie. We have been doing really well to know how to treat it where it hurts just, a little here and a little there. And I shouldn't say daily isn't multiple times during the day. It hurts often throughout the day, most of the day. That's what I mean to say. It hurts most of the day, and it hasn't hurt most of the day since they first developed. But mostly it has been like either right when I first go to sleep or wake up, or right before it's time to change them. Like the bandages will shift throughout the day, and they, maybe move off the wounds or those types of things. So this is like the first time that it's hurt throughout the day for like 3 or 4 days straight. And I mean, that could just be a sign of healing. They look gross. I'm not going to lie. They do look disgusting. But they seem to be getting smaller, and that's really what it means, I do have an appointment with the dermatologist, but it's not for another couple of weeks. And I don't know. I just don't know. But this isn't going to be a long vlog. I really am going to end it. I don't even know, it probably is too long already, but I'm going to end it here because I am getting very, very sleepy. And even though it's only 8:25. But listen, I love you. If nobody's told you today that you're loved, please come by and hear how much I love you, because I love you guys so much. And as always, take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Meow.